We should really appreciate the poet for his patience and tirelessness in explaining this again and again. And today again he comes out with the same piece of advice in a different tone, saying that argue not for the sake of argument, which we generally engage in. Joyfully speak and have happy dialogues, which makes both of you happy instead of growing. He continues to say that he alone is empowered to calm the grief and rage. Know that dialogue to be the best that heals the mind and wins the quest of supreme. So, if you see, for the past few days, he is focusing constantly on verbal communication as to how it has to be. And the best example that we get for verbal communication is that of Hanuman and Sri Ram. You see, Sri Ram is Alpa Armita Bhashi, and whatever he speaks is Priyavadi, he speaks lovingly. Even in the war field, when he is standing with a person who is opposite to him, who has kidnapped his one and only wife. You see, of late, we know a lot of people, they have multiple, that polygamy, polyandry, and all, where they have many marriages. What do you call post-marital relationships, pre-marital engagements, relations. There are a number of things. I'm not here to speak anything about it, or good or bad, or everything has its what do you call consequence. That is what I say. Only time has to decide. Is it being a dharmavadi? Everything has only in singles. Sriram. And communication. The best part which has touched my heart is Hanuman's. He he knows what exactly the other person wants to hear, and the rest may be so enchanting for him, for his personal experience, but he doesn't speak all that. This we should learn. We should learn because your experiences, other person, why will he be interested in? Think. We always feel, including the speaker. Yesterday you might have a very good experience, okay, and that nobody is interested. Even if you say, okay, they may not like to say, "Hey, shut up, I'm not interested." It's their greatness that they listen to all your bakwas, in the colloquial language means nonsense, because it makes no sense for them. Whether it is what do you call a grandfather or a grandmother, watch shower. Nobody is interested. Here, we should learn that. Therefore, we should always keep doing Adhyanam always. Only then, the mind becomes more and more fructified or more and more mature. The example here, after crossing the ocean, meeting what do you call Sita Mahadevi and coming back, straight he goes to Sri Raman. What he says? Pashenaham Sita. I have seen or I have met Sita Mata. Finish. Because Ram was not at all interested in the adventure that he has taken place while crossing the ocean. Who all came up, how all he had to, Lankini, what all he did, in Lanka, what all happened, how difficult it was to identify, and there how he was, prisoned by the Brahmahas, how he has to bow down. That's a part of your job. Even in offices, we see, though your daily report, they write so much. All challenges, that is a part of your job. As a teacher, you have to communicate, you have to teach 10 times. If you complain that you that student is horrible, he doesn't even know how to hold a pencil. I made him. I've taken 3 days. Okay, that is your job. This we have to learn from this, That is what he says here. Jeni Madhave Vada Sodu Nidhyava Jinim Sukha Samvada Soki Karava Jagim Tochito Shoka Samtapahari Tude Vada Samvada Tohitakari. He says, Janim amongst people, all the first three lines starts with the same thing. Vada ve vada sodoni dhyava. He says argument and counter arguments to be abandoned, to be given up. When? Now and here, instantaneously. 90% of us, we argue to say that I am right and to get that recognition. Why? Is our question here. Therefore, don't get into it. You say once, twice, thrice, and then say namaste, namaste, tum nahi samajhte. Because the other person already opinionated that you are hopeless. How much ever you try to prove, they'll not get convinced, my dear friends. You see, that is how it is. A loving person, whatever you do, they accept, they hug you, they love you. A non-loving person, how much ever you do, they come back, they say something else. That's the nature of the society. There's a huge, beautiful, white wall. Just imagine, take it as 40 feet by 20 feet. Huge wall, beautifully painted white. And somewhere in one corner with a pencil, a child might have written some alphabet C. A small alphabet, not even of 1 centimeter. The human mind is to go on to say the wall is dirty. See there, it is written C. See the C. Such a huge wall. All that is required is take an eraser and just as a pencil and erase it, enjoy the beauty. And or else think of a canvas and try to think of how can you beautify the wall. Okay. Jinim Sukha Samvada Soki Karava. They say Jinim amongst people have Sukha Samvada, have joyful dialogues, enjoy, crack jokes, not at others' expense, right? You crack jokes in general manner on your own self, so others will laugh. So joyful dialogues, Suke, happily Karava you should be. In the sense, when you are in a company, you should be happy, you should make other person happy. For that you can do anything, no problem. Without hurting, you do anything as they are happy. Think. Oh, the person might feel happy today and after 4 days he may say, hey, no, did I ask you to do that? That's a different issue. That is their problem. You be happy. Jinim tuchi to shoga samtapahari. Again, in the world, only he, shoga santapahari, only he can remove off all the grief and rage in a snap. Today, how? The moment he drops the argument. Unwanted arguments. Positive discussions are always entertained. Positive discussions, constructive discussions. We sit for board meeting, we have an event, how to do it, who to do what. There, some person, people volunteer, some people won't volunteer, some people say not this, some people say add this. Constructive discussions are always entertained, but unwanted, what do you call, dialogues, arguments, counter arguments, egoistic one to prove that you are wrong or to prove that I am right, these things to be avoided, then the door of happiness is open. This is the secret, says the poet. Thanks for being with. Have a nice day.